What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of M Rose's Not So Exotics. Today's the big day. These guys are going outside. I've got their mesh predator-proof lid figured out. I'm going to drill some more overflow or relief holes, and I put together a stand to kind of pick this up off the ground out of treated 2x4s. It's lightweight enough for me to move into the garage during the winter with these guys. Still trying to work up a way to kind of help them get up this ramp. They seem to be struggling a little bit climbing up the steep turtle tub ramp, but you know, they're eating. As far as I can tell, they're happy, healthy turtles. So there's 3 of them down there, and then a couple of them are usually hanging out in the makeshift cave. So we're gonna get these guys outside in the sun. The sound is pretty loud from this filter, not to mention my dog's barking in the background, but you know, we can hear it from the bedroom at night, so it's just best to move these guys outside right now while the temperature's nice. And then, you know, when things start to cool off, I'll probably set them up in the garage with a you know, a heater out there and their lights, and you know, the aquarium heater for the water part of their tank. But let's move this outside real quick and I'll show you the stand, and then I'm going to get to work on pulling all this out of here so I can get this outside and get it reset up. Alright, so here's the stand I came up with. It's not very tall. I just wanted to get them up off the ground just a little bit, but I wanted my son to still be able to look in there and see them without having to stand on his tippy toes too much. But it's afternoon, middle of the afternoon right now, full sun, so I might actually move it over here more so it doesn't get as much sun, because I'm worried about algae growth and things like that. But you know, the cactus is doing great. Plenty of sun comes out here for the turtles to bask and things like that. And then I'll just run a cable over to the filter, you know, to power the filter and everything. So the only thing I don't quite have figured out yet is some sort of rain shelter device. You know, I have some plastic, clear plastic corrugated roofing material. I don't want to leave it over them full time because I've read that it will block the UV rays. So I'm trying to design something that I can just slide back and forth over the tank that's real lightweight. You know, maybe it's made out of a PVC frame or something. But for the time being, I'll just, when it's going to rain, I'm just going to lay some of that plastic corrugated roofing over the turtle tub to keep most of the water out. And I'm going to go in and put some extra, you know, overflow holes, drainage holes. But I'm going to start moving these guys out here, and then we'll pick this back up once I have them, you know, set in place. I got the turtles out, all 6 Reeves turtles in here. And now to catch the guppies. Doesn't look like I have 9, so maybe some of them got munched on. I had originally bought, I think it was 3 males and 6 females. You know, I bought them as guppy snacks, but there might still be 9, but it looks like I might be missing 1 or 2. So I will report back on that as soon as I get them netted and into the bucket with the turtles. Alright, so even with this little bit of water and the land portion in here, this thing was still heavier than I was hoping, but I got it outside. I just wanted to show y'all real quick on my stand. I measured the bottom, and the gap, you know, on the edges of the gap is where I put my braces. So I measured that, ran a brace across, measured this, ran a brace across, and there's another one in the middle. So it's supported in all 4 corners that actually touch, and then once across the middle right here. And you know, I'm not going to fill this all the way up with water. It's, you know, going to have about that much water. I don't know how heavy it's going to be, but it'll probably have about 10-20 gallons of water, and I think this will support it just fine. You know, I stood on it, I weigh about 240 pounds, and it felt rock solid. So I'm going to work on getting everything put back in here, and then we're going to move the turtles out here and get the filters and everything hooked up. Here is the final product, whatever you want to call it. Zoom Ed turtle tub, Zoom Ed 501 turtle canister. Everything's up and running. I put some holes in and I filled it up and make sure they're working, so This is about the max amount of water I want to put in here anyway. If you do any research on Reeves Turtles, they're not the best swimmers. So it's recommended at a minimum to have 1.5 times the shell length worth of water, and at a maximum 3 times the shell length. So I think this is a good level, and it will evaporate, you know, being outside rather quickly. So I've tried to aid the ramp for them to get up. They're all still kind of hiding right now. I use the included fake plant to also kind of hopefully help them climb up to the basking area. There's 8 guppies remaining out of the original 9. I guess one got eaten, and then I netted a bunch of baby mollies and platies and put them in here as well, and I'll continue to do that as time goes by. And then I have some Zoo Med turtle pellet and Zoo Med freeze-dried river shrimp to kind of give these guys a little treat. And they've been pretty good eaters. Every little bit I'll put in here, you know, they'll be gone eventually. So they're kind of under their basking ramp right now. I got my plastic mesh, chicken wire mesh, and just some simple hand clamps. The PVC works great over there, but you know, I don't know if this was any cheaper or more expensive. I didn't really pay attention, but it was a lot easier. It took me 5 minutes. Cut a piece to size, clamp it on, done. So yeah, we're gonna have these guys on the channel pretty regularly. I'll do an update on here on them soon. And like I said, once I get them sexed, I'm probably gonna split them up into maybe 2 groups. I plan on keeping 1 group. I don't know if I'll keep 2 groups or if I will maybe upgrade the size of their enclosure here as they get a little bit bigger. But for now, they're gonna hang out in here. It's probably a little small, but I think they'll be okay. But yeah, appreciate everybody who watches the channel. Please like and subscribe, and you know, check out my animals, my Reeves turtles, my box turtle, the patio ponds, and then inside I still have the redfoot tortoises and the nano planet aquarium, as well as the Gulf Coast toad. So everybody stay tuned, and I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Thanks.